Alright, how is everybody doing today? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Beyond Meat stock. We're going to be taking a look at Beyond Meat and letting you guys know my thoughts about it. If it is a purchase today, if you guys should go out on Monday, the next opening day, and purchase Beyond Meat right now, or if you should wait and not actually go in and have this in your watch list, because Beyond Meat is definitely a very interesting stock in my opinion. I've been watching it since it IPO'd last year. Now, I didn't know a lot about stocks as I do now, that's for sure. At that time, I didn't purchase any. I just watched it shot all the way up to 230, and a year later it's down 40% all the way to 140. Just in the last month it's down like 10%, so it's definitely better to buy it now than it was a month ago, as it basically dipped. I think it just dipped because that McDonald's supposedly might not be collabing with Beyond Meat, but we don't know for sure. It's looking like they might have some sort of collaboration there, but we're gonna be talking about that right before we jump into it. If you haven't already, make sure to sign up for Webull and get 4 free stocks. If you haven't already, all you have to do is make a brokerage deposit $100. You can withdraw that $100 whenever you want, but as long as you do that, you'll get 4 free stocks, and 2 of them can be worth up to $1,600. So if you haven't done this, make sure to sign up in the description down below. I use Webull myself, and it's actually a very good brokerage. So yeah, Beyond Meat basically is, if you guys don't know, it's a plant-based meat. Right now they're actually operating like basically internationally. Like they are a pretty big company right now. They're 9 billion, so they're not the smallest. Their revenues are definitely like it. They're bringing out almost $1 billion. Like they're already at 300 million last year, and they won't be at $1 billion revenue for too long, I don't think. So they're definitely growing pretty rapidly. So you guys know they went from 20 million to 30 to 80 all the way to 300, and this year they haven't done too bad, man. They haven't done too bad. They've done $1 million in revenue or 100 million in revenue every single quarter. So they're almost at $500,000 in revenue. So this is definitely a crazy growth company. They have expanded in like Asia and stuff. If you go to Starbucks internationally, they actually have Beyond Meat products there, and Starbucks has a ton of locations. So they're actually pretty big. So I'm going to be talking about all of this. The CEO is Ethan Brown. He's the founder, and he's also the CEO, which is a very good thing. Usually successful companies have the founder actually leading it, and he's a very smart guy in my opinion. If you watch his interviews, like you can tell he kind of wants to change the world, and those are the type of stocks that actually have the most potential, that have actual groundbreaking and can change the way people actually do stuff, you know. And he's friends with like a lot of the high people as well. Like he knows quite a bit of successful people as well, and he can get pretty much any funding that he wants. Now obviously he's had collabs with like Pizza Hut and stuff like that. You can literally go, I think, to Pizza Hut and get yourself a like pizza with Beyond Meat right now if you wanted to. So they're already doing pretty good numbers. I think most of the revenue comes from like restaurants and stuff that actually have Beyond Meat, and then also they sell like veggie burgers at like Target, Walmart, pretty much everywhere you go, any grocery store. Most of them actually carry Beyond Meat. So let's say you want to go to Target, right? You want to buy like a veggie burger. They actually sell it at like 2 packs like this, and it looks literally just like real meat. So that is that. Now obviously they're pretty overvalued. Like they're at 500 of a forward PE, but in my opinion that's completely irrelevant. This isn't like a Coca-Cola stock where it's gonna go up like 5% next year. This stock literally goes up triple digits. Like this stock is a pretty fast grower. It's actually insane. 51% growth next year is expected, and that is pretty good. Like that's seems about right. They might even beat those numbers. So at a 500p, if they do 50% next year, that's pretty decent. And in a few years, I wouldn't be surprised if they go down to like trading at 100p to 200p in a few years, even in like 2 years. Not at all. So that seems very likely. Now the only bad thing I have about Beyond Meat, right? Like it seems pretty good so far, right? Kind of overvalued, but that's expected for a crazy growth stock. Now one thing that is good. Let's talk about one more thing that is good, right? Let's say you go to YouTube right now, you're searching Beyond Meat. It does pretty good in terms of viewership. This is what I really like to look at, is how popular is the product. With Tesla, like 2-3 years ago, I was literally looking at YouTube. People were making Tesla videos that was getting insane amounts of views. And those are the people that end up buying stuff. Like you guys can tell with Apple stock. Apple 10 years ago, people were making Apple reviews, Apple tutorials, like iPhone reviews, iPhone case tutorials. Like those videos were getting insane views back then at the time for YouTube. So you guys can kind of tell that I like to look at that for like if I want to buy a stock. You have 160K views in a week. That's not bad. And one thing I don't like is when you search about a product and the stock videos come up. That's when you usually know that investors are much more popular in buying the stock than they are the product, which isn't the best thing. Like if you search Tesla, it's not going to be stock videos. It's all going to be about the car. If you search Apple, it's not going to be about Apple stock videos. It's going to be about Apple iPhones and stuff like that. But this is not about Beyond Meat. This is about a vegan stock. This is not about Beyond Meat. This is about Beyond Meat stock. This is a stock. This is here, 30K views. That's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's not bad. A lot of Asian people for sure are interested in Beyond Meat. People overseas. This is a Russian video. And I mean, it's not bad. It's some of them are stocks from CNBC, but a lot of them are just people reviewing Beyond Meat products. And I think if, let's say, Beyond Meat collabs with McDonald's, people are going to be making videos on the collab. Like it's going to be pretty popular for sure. So yeah, it's getting a good amount of views. Nothing crazy, not in the tens of thousands, but we have one video here, obviously, with 100K views. So it's not bad, right? It's not bad. Now, let's say you just want to buy like a veggie burger. This is the only bad thing I have about Beyond Meat, right? Let's say you just want to go buy a veggie burger, right? I live in LA, so I know a lot of people that are vegan. Like I know quite a bit. If they go to Target to buy, let's say, a veggie burger, right? They're not gonna buy Beyond Meat, man. They're just not. They're probably gonna buy this, where it's naturally with beans and stuff like that, or they're gonna make it, or they're gonna buy something like this. They're gonna buy this company, which is I think organic, and stuff like that, or they're just gonna buy it from like a Whole Foods or something that's like purely organic stuff. They're usually not, almost never, especially here in LA, you're probably not going to go out and get Beyond Meat unless you're not a real vegan. Like the only time I think you're going to buy Beyond Meat regularly is if you're a non-vegan person, because especially from what I've seen is that a lot of people, if you're going to buy Beyond Meat, if you go to the store, are you going to get a 2-pack for $6, or are you going to get a 4-pack? I think this is the Target brand. Or you're getting a 4-pack for $4. So for half the price, you get almost double the meat, double the food. So that is definitely something to take in consideration. In my opinion, I think people, especially who are vegan, they aren't necessarily looking to get the most. Okay, when you're buying something, you look at the price point. You look at how good it is, how good it tastes, and you're looking at like how good of a purchase it is to like consume, how good it is for you, right? How good is it going to benefit your life? The alternatives, in my opinion, take 2 out of the 3, right? They take the price point, they take the health factor. The only thing they don't take is the taste, and that's what Beyond Meat has down. So I think, in my opinion, the only way Beyond Meat really grows is if they go in like restaurants, they go in like these fast food places, right? I think that's literally the only way they could really explode. They go into Starbucks, like those comfort food stuff like that. They make sausages as well. They don't only make burgers. But I think burgers is probably the main thing that people, or vegetarians, vegans, actually do eat, right? When they're looking to buy something in terms of this stuff. So that is that. But I do think Beyond Meat does have a crazy potential. Obviously, they're growing insane numbers. I'm not saying that they're not, but in the retail space, at least, I don't really see people buying Beyond Meat as much as they can their competitors. Like, we can check Walmart, but Walmart is very similar as this and other stores as well as I've looked at. But yeah, I mean, it is the most popular. As you can see, it has the most reviews. But in terms of the retail space, I don't really see Beyond Meat taking over the retail space in terms of the food, because I think at that price point you can probably get a lot healthier and better food for you that takes up like most of the reasons of why someone would actually buy a veggie burger, right, for example. But nonetheless, I do think, even though it is overvalued, I wouldn't go crazy into this stock right now. I do think it's pretty expensive. Most of the stocks on the stock market are pretty high right now. So let's say you buy this stock and the overall stock market goes down 10%. This stock might go down another 10-20%. If that happens, I'm not saying it will for sure, because as you guys see, the yearly chart is up. It only dipped. It actually dipped quite a bit, actually. That's a lie. It went from 100 to to $60. So it dipped like 40% during the pandemic. So it definitely can dip again. I mean, even Tesla dipped during the pandemic. So I will definitely wait. I have literally one share I bought just for fun because I had $100 laying in my Robinhood. I don't use Robinhood at all, except if I have extra money. I'm too lazy to withdraw it. So that is pretty much it. I'm not really looking to buy the stock like crazy right now. The long-term potential is definitely there, but I feel like there's still a little bit too many things that could go wrong in terms of, especially if they don't collab with McDonald's, that will really set the stage. One major thing is their branding. You know, like Beyond Meat's branding is pretty insane. If you go on YouTube, there isn't too many things to talk about right now in terms of Beyond Meat. A lot of people who are talking about Beyond Meat are talking about the stock more than the actual food. It doesn't taste crazy. Like, you're not going to be blown away by eating a Beyond Meat burger. It tastes mediocre at the end of the day. And if you're eating a Beyond Meat burger, that means you're not vegan, right? You're probably going to be a half, like you're on and off. You try not to try to cut down on your meat, but it has so much potential just because of the world leaving, like, people are getting more soft. They're like, oh, let's not kill cows and stuff like that. But it is a problem in terms of people not actually wanting to go and harm the environment, because obviously raising this many cows is bad for the environment. So eventually Beyond Meat and stuff like that are gonna have to take over. So I do think this is a good purchase. If you want to hold 10 years out, you probably will make some good money if you want to hold Beyond Meat long term. I'm still in the sidelines. I think I might buy a little bit more, but I'm not going to go crazy onto this stock. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you watched until now, I don't know if anyone's still watching to this point of the video, but if you are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. That'll mean a lot. I'm trying to hit 600 subscribers by the end of 2020. So if you guys can help me reach that goal, that would be insane. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.